Dragon Wars by Soulz Studios. Characters: Elisabeth the Dragon. Elisabeth the Dragon, Queen of Knowledge. She is 10 feet tall and has a vast collection of books within her fortress library. Her intelligence is of the highest IQ. She only has 10 guards protecting her, as she practiced martial arts for years and believes that she can defeat any threat. She breathes out red fire that paralyzes whoever gets hit. She is red and yellow. Dragon of Knowledge Guards. They are 30 feet tall and have the ability to crush whoever tries to attack Elisabeth, their queen. They resort to breaking bones and burning their enemies to ashes. Beware, as they can infiltrate small openings and their flight are very skillful. The guards are all comprised of male dragons of the same kind. They are the same color as Elisabeth. Novan is a light and dark dragon born from a supernova created by his now deceased father Nova. He is 10 feet tall and has the ability to create stars and destructive explosions. He can also create a protective star shield. His flight is very fast and he is very hard to catch up. He also breathes out white fire that can turn most things into dust. He is black and white with northern stars on his wings and on top of his tail. Chapter 1: The Awakening. Nova is sitting on a large rock on top of a tall mountain. From the position he was in, it was as if he was a bird perched on a branch. He was contemplating his life and the downfall of his family, the terrifying memories of his father dying because of the destructive threat of Vladislav, the Dragon of Dreams, that strikes terror to everyone that sees him. Only his skeleton remains were living, as if his soul was clinging to life. Novan at first was highly frustrated and he wanted revenge, and his thoughts began to become darker and darker. But then a booming but peaceful voice made him jump off the rock. Whatever was behind him felt warm and calm, as his thoughts were pure once again, but he refused to look back. The mysterious voice told him, "Novan, this is not what your family would want. Get your thoughts straight." Novan replied angrily with,
"You have no idea what I went through. That bastard will pay."
The mysterious voice replied, "What your family truly wanted from you is to be a hero and save others in need. Revenge is never the answer, and it will only lead you to corruption." Novan knew that he was right, as his soul was filled with regret and sadness, and he said,
"Then how should I proceed?"
The voice exclaimed, "You must prevent the Dragon Wars and team up with royal dragons. It is your destiny." Novan was pleased to hear that he had a purpose in life and that he could change the world. And he felt at peace and turned around towards the voice, but nobody was there. He thought he had a vision or a visit from a higher power that he could not fully understand, but he left a golden and silver book on the ground. Novan grabbed it and began to jump off the edge of the mountain and glided to the bottom. He walks throughout a vast forest filled with pine trees and birds singing their songs. The sun is shining gleefully, and Novan sucks in the light to gather some energy and charge himself up. He heard heavy footsteps from a few yards away and decided to hide behind a pine tree. A dragon called Yorkshire is having a stroll around the forest. He is one of the guards of Queen Elisabeth. He seemed to be researching the wildlife as well as he walked on all fours. As he sniffed around, he looked at the area of where Novan was hiding and he approached. Novan thought that a fight would begin to stir, but as the 30-foot dragon saw him, he seemed perplexed. "What are you doing here, Nova?" Novan is relieved that no fight came out of this, but he is also surprised that he knew his father.
"Well, I'm not Nova. I'm actually his son, Novan."
Yorkshire was happy to hear that Nova finally got a child, but he had many questions. "Well, I am happy to meet you, Novan, but why are you in this forest?"
"Well, I'm taking in the sunlight and listening to the magnificent noises of nature."
"Oh, I was expecting you to be one of those ghost dragons that have been spying on us. In that case, you're good to go." As Yorkshire is walking away, Novan stopped him on his tracks.
"Wait, you seem to be a guard of some kind, am I right?"
"You guessed correctly, I am a guard of the Queen of Knowledge, Elisabeth."
"Can you escort me to her? I have something important to tell her."
"Sure, why not? Follow me." They traversed through a waterfall and turned around a huge rock, and they entered a cave that was hidden by leaves over a net. The guard had to remove it and put it back when they entered. Then they walked through multiple passageways and arrived to a mountainous area. Other guard dragons kept their eyes on them and some flight to scavenge some food. In the distance, there stood a large rectangular fort. The walls looked like books with pencils forming the towers. But for some reason there were only 10 guards around the area, which made Novan worry that it might not be enough. They stopped a few meters away from the fort.
"I don't think 10 guards will be enough to protect the queen."
Don't worry about it. The queen knows how to defend herself. She has learned many fighting styles and she is quite smart.
I hope you're right.
As they arrive to the entrance, 2 guards block their path. We have a guest that came from Nova. He has something important to say to the queen. The 2 guards look at each other and whisper a couple of words to each other, uncertain on whether they should open the gate or not. As the queen overhears what's going on, she orders them to open it and step aside, so they do as she ordered. Elisabeth guides Novan towards the library. It contains billions of books about the history of Earth and the dragons, and even some prophetic books. Welcome to my pride and joyous library, Novan.
That's a lot of books. Way more than what seems to be possible.
Well, there is a lot of history of our universe and Earth, so it fills up all the space.
How many books did you read then?
A few dozen. I read very fast.
Can you prove it?
Elisabeth reads a long book in under a few seconds and says the entire plot. Nova is shocked that she was able to read it at the speed of light, and he applauds her. Thank you very much. Elisabeth notices that Novan is holding a book and she seems to be interested in it just by looking at it. Wait, I thought that book was a myth. Can I borrow it?
Okay, but you better give it back.
No worries, I will of course. Novan gives her the book and she reads it within her mind. After sitting near a table, the book is essentially the Bible but with bonus chapters about the universe and such. In the end she cries and feels extremely sad.
Why did it make you cry?
This book contains many sad moments that I didn't expect. Why was mankind so evil? It's just awful. Novan puts his hand on her shoulder and exclaims,
Well, whatever the humans did, we must make sure not to follow their example and join the light instead of darkness. And be wise to know what is bad from good.
Elisabeth was surprised that she didn't catch on to that, but that's when she noticed that Novan had a lot of potential to become king, as he is wise and kind. She also gave him a hug to feel better.
I didn't expect to find someone like you on this mission.
Oh right, what is your mission?
I have to stop the dragon wars and save...
The dragon wars didn't start yet. As Novan was about to speak up, the wall crumbled and guards began to freak out. The 2 dragons ran outside and discovered that one of the guards went insane as he scratched 2 guards and injured a few by throwing large rocks at them. Elisabeth and Novan fly towards him and pin him to a wall. The other guards were about to breathe out their fire, but the queen motioned them to hold it. Why did you betray us, Polius? I gave you everything you needed. The guard dragon stared at the 2 dragons. The attackers felt rage and fear emanating from the guard, and his eyes looked thin, dark blue and red. These eyes seemed familiar to Elisabeth. The guard pushed the 2 towards a wall with his large tail when he spoke in an ancient voice that was echoing far away.
You didn't follow my vision, Elisabeth. You were meant to hide within your fort and prevent other dragons from entering. You will pay for disobeying.
Damn it! It's the prophet! He possessed Polius!
You better explain this later, Elisabeth.
I will for sure, but first we must stop him. Elisabeth tells the guards to start attacking. As the guard sprints towards them, they shoot their red fireballs at the possessed guard. He flies out of the way and nosedives to the pair of guards as they keep shooting. Polius avoids the fireballs by turning left and right in the air, and he breathes out his own fiery red flames towards the guards, and they get vaporized. Polius turns towards the queen and Novan and shouts,
Nova has died as I have foreseen it. It is too late to prevent the war now. You must listen to my orders, or the both of you will die. What makes you think we would trust you, let alone follow your orders? I don't even know you, psychopath.
Now get out of Polius! He isn't your puppet! Polius charges towards them, but they evade by flying on top of the towers. A large wall falls apart as Polius rams into it. Elisabeth pummels the guard with a few rocks that she drops from the tower, and both of his wings got stuck underneath them. The 2 glide back down.
Fine then, you have chosen to die. Soon we will meet again, and I will eliminate both of you.
Polius's eyes turn back to normal and he faints. Elisabeth ordered the guards to go get some rest. They walked to their bedrooms hidden within the towers, but 2 of them stood guard just in case. Elisabeth and Novan lay on the grass and look up at the stars of space.
What was that fight about? And who is that prophet fellow?
Elisabeth sighs and seems to be going through sad thoughts within her consciousness, but she snaps out of it a few minutes later. Well, he imprisoned my family and told me to follow his orders, otherwise he would make them suffer. So obviously I agreed, and he set me free to cower and hide for years in this gosh darn self-made prison. He rendered me useless like a broken toy that no one uses.
You and your family definitely didn't deserve this. Can we still save them?
Elisabeth has a glint of hope within her eyes as Novan said that, and she smiled at him. With the both of us, I think we could accomplish anything as long as we blend in with the townsfolk and his kingdom and infiltrate the dungeons. Novan seems to agree with this plan, but once again, some more help wouldn't hurt. He still has one last question about this prophet figure.
What kind of powers does he have?
Him and his kind all know the future, but he can possess others and morph into different kinds of dragons. It's pretty difficult to defeat him, but surely there must be a weakness.
Okay, but beforehand we may need to get more royal members on our team. Do you know where some of them are?
Of course I do. Our next destination will be the Ghost Dragon Den.
Alright, but first we better get some sleep. Tomorrow is a big day.
Novan falls asleep on the grass while listening to the crickets. Elisabeth lies down on her royal bed and enjoys the realm of dreams. Within her dreams, her and Nova find themselves in some kind of temple etched into a rocky mountain. There was a huge dragon that was 50 feet tall. It was made out of shadows with yellow glowing eyes. He called the two heroes weaklings and idiots for trespassing into his domain and that they would be eaten. As Elisabeth tried to paralyze him, her fireballs went straight into his mouth and he ate them without trouble. He then grabbed them both harder and harder and he ate Novan's head first. Elisabeth screamed as her heart was broken. As she was about to be eaten whole, a mysterious dragon threw a bomb inside the mouth of the giant dragon and he blew up. She fell from high up and woke up on her bed. It was 2 a.m. I think I'll sleep with Novan tonight. She leaves her room and sleeps on a rock next to Novan and she peacefully succumbs to sleep.